Hello. I posted something for the first time on my blog. I posted a channeled piece, and I wanted to share it here with you. So I'm going to be reading it and adding anything that comes through as we go. So it may be a little bit different here. I have been channeling for my whole life, but as the world changes, my channeling is also changing. The transmissions are a lot stronger, as well as more frequent, constant. And my guides are, shall we say, becoming more and more directive. This particular download wanted to be shared verbatim, so I'm going to do that along with any additions here. Here, we'll begin. In this world, we are often taught that someone is coming to save us. It happens in many ways, whether it's in a religious context or a Disney prince on a white horse. And often, this belief keeps us stuck in one way or another in our lives. We wait versus wander. We sit stuck, waiting to be released, unaware that the door is open and we can walk out ourselves. Here is the truth. No one is coming to save us. And here is the other truth. We must save ourselves, if we, in fact, need to be saved at all. For the more melanated among us, much has been taken away over periods of time. In all corners of the globe, people of the global majority are treated as less than. Still, despite so much time passing, so much learning available, so many sacrificed along the way, it has not changed. I'm not sure what it will take for those who are in paler skins to wake up and demand that this changes. But if I were a person of color, I wouldn't be waiting on that. What I would like to invite you to do, no matter how you identify, is to remember who you are. Is to remember that you come from the original peoples, all of you, the melanated ones in a much more direct way than people who are pale. To remember that your ancestors gave up, for example, on traditional African spirituality in its pure and uncorrupted form in order to comply with those who colonized them. In readings, the ancestors, tell me they did so because they thought it was the only way to keep themselves and their families alive, the only way to assure that future generations would be born. In many ways, they sold their souls to the devil, so to speak, because they didn't feel they had a choice. Perhaps so did the ancestors of the less colorful ones in different ways. It's one example of many. Sit with that. There are many, many ways that's happened. But now it's time. It's time to remember who you are, to reclaim that sovereignty fully, to remember that brown skin and all its shades and incarnations is beautiful, that any skin is beautiful, that there is no one way people should look. That was never a thing. That you were created the way you are for a very good reason, and that no one in their right mind would think that one of us is better or worse because of the skin color she was born in, the texture of her hair, the width of her nose. That has been taught to us, and not for good reason, not for good at all. And for those that we call with a broad stroke of the brush white, it is much the same. To know that while you may carry the bloodline of those who found themselves in the minority and thus looked for power in any way possible, you must know that they did this out of fear. They also wanted their descendants to survive. A very big part of being human is this wanting, this drive to belong. You are, we all are, as human beings, pack animals, and we do what is necessary to feed the pack, to ensure its survival. The problem is, and has been, losing sight of the shared humanity between each of you and the others. You have been taught to look for the differences and to use those against each other, and to feel fear because of those differences. When what is really true is that every single one of you is far, far more similar to the others than you can fathom. You are, in essence, fighting yourselves and creating the need or the belief that you must be saved somehow. The way forward actually begins with each one of us, with that knowing that no one of us is better or worse than the other, that nothing is wrong with you, nor with the person who may present differently than you. The powers that be, self-elected, would like us to believe that some are superior in order to divide us. A divided humanity is far easier to control. Think about that. A divided humanity is far easier to control. So the question becomes this: do you want to be controlled, or do you want to create a world as it was first intended? Do you want superiority, or do you want to embrace your sovereignty and that of every other human on this planet? Truly, it's up to you. It's up to each of us. It's time.